Hi friends, I'm back for yet another flip through. This is my first 2025 Christmas junk journal that I've made, and I wanted to share it with you before I start a new junk journal making series with you. First of all, I wanted to say thank you so much if you've watched my latest flip throughs and if you've commented and gave a like. It means a lot to me, and actually I would like to grow this channel and be able to share more tutorials and craft with me session in the future. I just also wanted to say a word about what is going on right now with the US tariffs. Don't worry, I'm not going to explain and talk about it too long. I just wanted to say that I do ship to the US. I've had some issues with my Instagram shop. If you're not familiar with my shop, then I will put the link down below if you're interested. I'm selling vintage and antique French supplies, I guess. I've been facing some issues with the way I usually post my orders, so from now on I will do differently. The shipping price to the US will be more expensive, as you can imagine, unfortunately, but I'm still able to send it to the US if anybody from there is interested in purchasing this journal. That is a possibility. I will just need you to contact me, maybe on my Instagram shop account or even just my art-related Instagram account. I have two accounts, so I will put both down below, and then I can make a quote that you can either accept or refuse, of course. But yeah, I will be putting this on Etsy. If you are from the US, you need to contact me before ordering, because I'm not going to make this available for the US in my Etsy shop. Just going to go through this journal. So this is going to be kind of the Christmas album. This thing is huge. I couldn't stop. Well, it has 3 signatures, but it's so chunky. It's so like, I don't know, enormous. So anyways, this is a soft cover journal. I did 3 signatures. I used the 5-hole pamphlet stitch, I believe it's called. And if I remove this little pouch here on the front pocket, you can see that it's all kind of grungy, scrappy looking. That's the way I intended this journal to be. So lots of sewing and kind of messy stitching. Actually, I covered the inside and the outside with some linen fabric that I coffee dyed. And then on top of that, I folded the piece a little bit and just made a sort of fabric panel on the front and added a pocket, a lace pocket. This one is also all crooked, and I thought it was a bit blank, presented like that. Or maybe, it's still nice, but I wanted to create a little something for the front. So I made this scrappy floating pocket using, this is a scrapbooking piece, a Christmas scrapbooking piece paper. And I covered it with some wrapping paper that I crunched up before gluing it down and then sewing around. Same for this kind of acetate pocket. It is green. Inside I just put a few ephemera. We have a menu card dated from 1931. This one has golden details and it is embossed. This I bought in a lot, a small tag with berries. And so this goes inside the pocket. And I made this closure using some fabric remnants from my project. And on top of these long scrap pieces of fabric, I put some kind of red ribbon. and these are commonly used in Scandinavian trees that you put this kind of like really strong red ribbon all around the Christmas tree. We used to do that because yeah, my father is French and my mother's Danish, so kind of am half Danish, half French, and I've been growing up with lots of Danish and Scandinavian traditions. So I just had this paper here and sewed it onto some different scrap pieces. So I made a zigzag stitched in the middle, and then I run it again 2 times. So it's all stuck on here. And then we have a little tag, well, a little charm, I guess, cardboard charm. I did put, oh, sorry, I did put some beads. These are my prettiest wooden beads, and I just thought it went pretty well with this journal. And so let's dive into this. Again, view from the side. This one is so chunky and messy, and I really had fun making it. Oh, I forgot to show you the back. It's also a panel of this beautiful fabric and a few scrap pieces on the spine before I sewn it. Ugh, it's so heavy. And so when you open it up, this is the inside. This is the linen, coffee stained linen that I talked about, that I wrapped around the whole cover with. And then I stitched this handmade quilted kind of, well, sock, Christmas sock. It has a jingle bell here, and it's a pocket, so you could put something inside, like a pen or something else. And I tucked here on the cover, I tucked this, I believe it's antique Musique, French music sheet leaflet. So what I used inside, lots of coffee dyed papers, lots of obviously Christmas themed scrapbooking papers and designer papers. I also used some music and book pages, and yeah, I just wanted it to feel very kind of old and a bit grungy. So the first page, we have this little pocket here. It's actually it was a cardboard kind of pouch, and I got it last year. My mother filled it with some Danish treats that we call pebernulle. So it's just some little biscuits, and yeah, I cleaned it out and just collaged on top with many different layers. We have some, this was part of a tea bag, I believe. And then we have some lace trim, some newspaper piece, scrapbooking paper, something like a piece of a small calendar that I coffee dyed, and then just some scrunched up fabric remnants. And on top of that, I did a little collage with some like 3 die cuts here. And inside we have this journaling card. So next, this is actually from a Scandinavian Christmas magazine. So many beautiful pictures and colors. I did put a few throughout. This one is glued down to create a background. And then I'm trying to use up some of the printables that I purchased a while back and that I had in my stash. So this one is, I love the font of this one, and it's actually a recipe for shortbread. And this came in a digital bundle that Maria created. So this one is from Maria at J'adore le papier. a shorter piece of scrapbooking paper. I did the cards, like the embellished cards that I was talking about, and I tucked this antique postcard. This one is from 1904. I love the colors. And on the back, I stitched this glassine, like acetate pocket. This piece of paper came from Tim Holtz, and this was an image from the magazine that I was talking about. I just cover a postcard that I found was ugly and then just embellished the back with some stickers and a bit of fabric on the side to create a tab. This is a page from an antique illustration book, like it was a collection of newspapers. This one is colored and has some washi tape details. This is a coffee dyed page, and I've been doing a lot of hinging with small pieces of coffee dyed papers. These ones are from the Hobonichi papers, notebook papers that I didn't use anymore, and then I coffee dyed them and used them in the journal. I made this kind of scrappy pocket, again using a lot of different pieces of scraps. This was an index card. You can write a title or something, a note. And I try to put some authentic, beautiful authentic ephemera as well, as I usually do. This one is from November 1913. And the feel of this paper is like buttery. It's so soft. And I love the font here. Lots of journaling cards. A lot of stamping as well. So here are just some, like a font background. 2 flips. This one is an antique postcard page. And this is just a piece of, it was some packaging for Christmas die cuts. I've also been doing a lot of small collaging. So I've been trying to use die cuts. I have tons of Christmas die cuts coming from various scrapbooking collection that I buy in a cheap store that is called Action here in Europe. I think you have something like Dollar Tree, and we have Action. So now I'm just going to zoom in a little bit to show you some of the details. So I've been doing a lot of clusters like this, and and put in the middle of the cluster some die cuts to embellish the journal. Here we have another one, and I put some journaling cards. I've been using those rub-on stamps that I got from Your Creative Studio. Lots of small collaging and hinging, and just to add some interest and also reinforce the pages. This is a beautiful book page. It has some little cherubs details on the frame, and also used a lot of wrapping paper that I saved from last year's Christmas. Lots of collaging and just to create a nice kind of background. And we have an antique page from the Femina magazine. I put this antique, again, postcard album page inside as well, and created this little tuck here using some stamps. I don't know if you can see. And then I just added some small bits and pieces, and always trying to put a little something on the back of the journaling cards that I have. For example, here we have some stickers. I just added this sticker, this fabric sticker. This is a handmade journaling card. This image came from a calendar, and I just backed it with some music sheet and added a die cut. And then we have a small collection. These are stamps from Denmark, from the 1997 Christmas stamp collection. We have a Christmas themed music sheet as the page, and I just put this recap page for the month of November that came from an antique French calendar book. Here I made a double pocket type of page, and again collaging. These are images from a Christmas magazine, a French one I believe. I just packed it with some music sheet, a little bit of collaging right here, and then I added some random pieces of ephemera that I thought would be nice for journaling. And this with a little elf, so cute, and a little bit of collage. This piece is from a Daphne's Diary journal. And this, I mentioned that I bought this punch to create corners, photo corners. So I just made a few so you can add your photographs. Actually, this paper is shiny and glittery. And then just a very simple journaling card. This is a part of a doily that I coffee stained and used as a pocket here. This was packaging, and it was, I guess I put this one to reinforce the whole page, and I added some December antique, I guess it was from Le Louvre, calendar book. We have another journaling card, very simple. This was the cover of an antique French kind of magazine that is called Figaro Illustré. And so, yeah, we have the golden details, the beautiful lady, and it was really fragile, and so I tried to repair it by adding some pieces here and there to reinforce the page. The beautiful perfume bottles and beauty products illustration. And here I stitched some French page from the Edith Holden book for December. A little label die cut. The other side of this wonderful cover page. And on this side, one thing I also did, because I have so many die cuts, I used, like, for example, I used a piece of kind of lightweight cardstock, and on top of that I create a background with a few scraps, and then I just added tons of die cuts everywhere to create belly bands and pockets. So I don't know if you can see, but all these tiny images, like sorry about that, it's really heavy. All these tiny images that you can see here, they're all, even this little bell here, they're all tiny die cuts that I glued onto this kind of belly band that I was creating. And so I did run stitches onto it to kind of stuck them down to the piece of cardstock. And then here I also I've sewn on the middle to create two pockets. And in each we have some small illustrations that I backed with Christmas cardstock. And these are German, I believe it's Christmas related as well. I'm not sure, but these are German music book pages. And then I put this die cut in the middle. And here we have this pretty scrapbooking paper. This is just a flip out. You can write some notes here. Again, journaling space. And a beautiful postcard, Christmas postcard. This is so beautiful. I love this style of drawing. It's really whimsical. So you get that postcard. And then on this side we have a flip here. A flip out. And again, this is a small cluster with wrapping paper, bit of lace, some die cuts, newspaper. And I just took this countdown to Christmas ephemera card and stitched a little kind of December to-do list. And a page from this Danish Christmas magazine. I just love the colors with this page. I had this piece laying around, so I just added this one. I don't know where I got this, but it's English music. And then a piece of this Hobonichi, and I did a double sheet. So you can add some notes, did some stamping. And the other side of postcard album page, and just made some random pieces of ephemera. This is a cute postcard journaling space. And then we have a little cluster again. Rub-on stamps. This scrap, I made it into a tab. And then we have this beautiful winter scene that came from a magazine as well. So you have a lot of space to write, a lot of space to just make it your own. And I also added some rather blank pieces for you to play with. Beautiful advertising, antique magazine advertising. This is one of the pieces that I made with many die cuts. This one is a pocket. You have this card, you can write on the back. A little tuck here made out of scraps again, and then a little card. These are die cuts that I glued down. Another die cut here. Handmade journaling card. This one you can clip a photo or a postcard or a note. And then here we have a double pocket. So this book page I folded to create a pocket, and then I sewn on top this cluster that I made. You have some brads onto the cluster as well for more details. And then I added a 1906 antique French envelope, journaling card, and just packaging or something. I think I turned it into a tag because there was this sentiment. Christmas dinner, kind of ephemera. You can write what you ate this year. And another tuck spot with a piece of ephemera. This, I love the handwriting. It's green. And then I created these pockets with some acetate paper. And inside I tucked some ephemera pieces that were made by Chantal, Red Page Cafe. And I did that because she and I did a swap a long time ago. She sent me a winter theme journal that I have completed, but I had so many handmade ephemera left, and I thought that I would add some of these into this journal. So I believe these are printables that she backed and then inked around and stenciled on. And I just love the winter scenes and animals. So I just put a few here and up there. This is cabbage dyed paper. Now it's already been like, 20 maybe more minutes that I've been talking, and I'm going to flip through a lot quicker. I might even put some music. Thank you so much if you're still here and watching. I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day. Bye.